Hello, divine creators. Welcome to Demella Universe. We are Velastri. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a collective weekly reading for the 23rd to the 29th of January 2023. Happy birthday to all of you celebrating this week. May it be a blessed week filled with beautiful experiences, manifestations, beautiful wish fulfillment, love and celebration, and a beautiful appreciation for each and every single one of you. And of course, for every single being, have a most beautiful week, a powerful, incredible time of healing, of learning, of empowerment, of divine creation. Let's see what's coming through for us this last week, really, in January. Let us see the 23rd to the 29th of January. Okay, we are ready. We have the Knight of Swords. Source is saying this is a week for you to truly follow your intuition and to align to intuition first and foremost, and to trust that each and every single thing you need will come in your path. You will find it along the way. Here you are, following the guidance of Source, not knowing what's coming up ahead, and where Source leads you. Look, there's a motorbike, there's a tool for you to climb, for you to go further. Here you are carrying your crossbow. So all the tools and everything you need to accomplish your task, to accomplish your adventure, to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to do will be provided along the way. Just trust Source. Allow yourself to be within the trust of Source and receive what is required, not needing to receive what's required in order to trust, in order to be at ease. So first Source and then. And Sources say just follow this beautiful guidance. It's fast guidance, it's fast clarity. It might not make sense in your current reality. And Sources saying again, don't take what we give you and try to apply it to your current reality. That's where the energies get confused and splintered. Simply receive and let the information transform your current reality into that which is a vibrational match of what you're receiving. Let the shadow create the light. Don't slot the shadow into the already existing light, because that new unknown energy is not meant to create the known and the old. It's meant to transmute it, to transform it into the new. So beautiful new, and this is communication, this is answers, this is clarity, this is you receiving the answers, receiving the understanding that you're wanting, that you're seeking this week. So be open to receive from Source and allow Source to guide you, and you will receive, what's really coming through is you will receive the assistance along the way, along this guided path. Trust and have faith. The energy crossing this, what's crossing, what's almost preventing you, or a challenge for you to simply just be within this frequency. And Source is saying, we are guiding you to receive what's your worth, what's your value. Also receiving throat chakra here, and Source is really saying make sure that what you say, what you speak, what you create is when the Queen of Pentacles energy, which is the receiving of your value, of your truth, of your worth. Make sure that the words you are saying, how you are communicating is worthy of you, is of your worth, of your value. Don't speak against you. Don't choose options and out of panic, out of anxiety, where you're now receiving or settling for less. It's time that you ensure that everything you say honors you completely in order for you to receive that which honors you. Speak words which are a true reflection of who you are within. Then you will be able to also trust the guidance of Spirit, which is guiding you to the truth of you, to the truth of your worth, to the receptivity of your worth and of your value. As you speak with that belief, with that trust, that you are trusting that that which you want, that which is of your worth, that you're worthy of receiving it. You are trusting that the words you are speaking, even if it seems completely like wishful thinking, for you it's not wishful thinking. You understand that it's what you want. You understand it's what you deserve. You understand it's the language of your soul. Others might not understand you. Others might not agree with you, but that's okay. What you are saying, what you're spelling, what you're creating is aligned to you, because you know that you're now creating within the worth and the value of you, as you really trust the way that you approach life within your intuition, within the stream of source, the flow of source. You are then able to surrender more fluidly to the guidance of source, to the guidance of that which you are. Trust, trust, trust. You are being led to your worth, to your value. There is simply a rebirth, a shift in consciousness where you are asked to no longer, co-create with the influence of the old, but understand that you are going through a rebirth. Instead of having a physical death and starting again as a new baby to learn new lessons within your awakened frequency, but having to first gather all the information, the illusion, in order to then clear it again. You don't want to have to do that again. You don't want to have to go through the unawakened and awakened experiences again. You have realized, you've come to understanding that you can already have the rebirth now in the singular form. You can ascend, you can transcend within the form that you are now. So you are this reborn baby. You're now simply creating a life based on your truth now. So yes, a lot of the past ways of being, a lot of the past energies and co-creative components are now being asked of you to release in order for you to truly embrace, to reset the new energy, to embrace the new energy, to embrace your rebirth. The best is for you to envision you being born again, literally being born again, except you no longer have parents and elders and external influences giving you information, giving you your name, giving you your culture, giving you your tradition, giving you all this information, all this past energy that you now need to almost squeeze your life into and slot in and assimilate. You are now reborn, but with a clear blank canvas, and you are now receiving information from source within you. And yes, it's completely at odds with what you are currently experiencing. And that's what's causing the anxiety, because you can't really place it into your current reality. And source is saying it's not meant to be placed or slotted in. This information is transforming your current reality to a reality that truly honors you. So just trust what you receive and flow with it. Allow it to transform. It's not going to adapt to the current old energy. It's going to create new energy. You're no longer adapting for the illusion. You are now transforming the illusion into the authentic frequency of you. The basis, very powerful healing week. The basis, the Seven of Pentacles, yes, those seeds you have planted, this is the work that you are doing right now to really release the old frequencies that are preventing your gifts and your abilities and your desires and your wants and your dreams to come true. For you have planted these seeds, but the only way they can manifest is when you allow the seeds to be true to source within you. And now you are really ensuring that all that you do, that all that you be, that the way you present yourself is in a complete match, a reflection to what you are being asked of from source, how you're being guided, remembering that source is you, that you are source. Don't rebel against this guidance, as tricky as it might be, because you are so trained and conditioned into believing the reality of illusion is your truth, that sometimes source feels like this external being governing and controlling you, being rigid with you, and source is saying, no, you are source. You are literally rewiring yourself, resetting yourself. And when you resist the influence or the influence and the guidance of source, you're actually resisting yourself. But as you finally release the attachment to the known, release the attachment of what you are used to doing, what used to bring you joy, what you are almost conditioned into, once you release that and simply flow with this new information, it reprograms you where you're no longer dependent on the known, on the what's done, on the illusion for your truth and for your existence, but you're rather now flowing and allowing source to be the the frequency, the anchoring, the creating frequency, the creating force of your desires, of your dreams, of everything you're accomplishing here in this physical experience. It's a complete resetting of you, a complete renewal. You are in the Aquarian frequencies now. This Aquarian realm requires your truth to be. And that's the healing that's happening at this time. You are purging and clearing everything that prevents you from manifesting a reality which is now in your truth, in your authenticity. So be at ease through this transition. Yes, it's a bit of a delay of the Seven of Pentacles. You're feeling like, oh goodness, energies have slowed down again. And Source is saying, no, we haven't slowed down again. You're simply going through a transformation, a transitioning period in order to ensure that everything you're doing, everything you're aligning to, all that you are, how you are presenting yourself, expressing yourself, spelling yourself, speaking yourself, being, is in alignment to the authentic truth of you, in order for you to receive that which is of your authenticity, that which is of your truth, that which is of your worth and of your value. Past energies. Six of Cups, yes, moving away from past frequencies that no longer serve you, moving away from past ways of being that no longer serve you. This is you cleansing and clearing energies of the past, and also having memories and dreams of past energies at this time. You've been going through these interesting moments of having flashbacks of old people, old memories, old situations, and you are experiencing emotional changes in order for you to see, does that person still have power over you? Are you still regretting that experience? You are having these beautiful healing moments where you are having these memories or these dreams, and now you're no longer reacting. You're able to see the whole perspective of you, of the person, of the situation, of the experience, in order for you to really heal and release the past. No longer have it have power over you, lingering with resentment or bitterness, anger, frustration, regret, whatever those energies are, those or guilt, whatever those energies are. They're releasing and they're cleansing. You having this understanding of exactly how you manifested those experiences and the lessons there, exactly how you attracted those experiences, the lessons there, exactly how the other beings were co-creating with the energy you were having present, and just learning where you're no longer blaming, no longer bitter and resentful, no longer angry. You are finally cleansing and clearing all of the old frequencies, understanding the truth of the past, that all of it was a guidance, a healing to your awakening. All the experiences that you had were a reflection of what you were thinking at the time, in order to allow the reflection to be the truth of you. That beautiful mirroring energy of the bringer of light. See what you are creating in the physical in order for you to align it to what you want more. So don't be upset and don't linger on the past energies, which were a teacher to you coming to where you are now, a healing to you being where you are now. So it's a beautiful cleansing, a beautiful release of the past having any power over you in the mind, in order for you to now freely trust your intuition and trust your instincts, no longer blaming yourself or blaming others for how things worked out, but really taking accountability of who and what you are, your power, in order for you now to create in a frequency that truly honors you. Crowning. You might also be meeting people, not only in memory or dreams, but literally people, bumping into people from the past and seeing how you react to them now, especially those who perhaps you had tension, or there was a healing, or ended not on such good terms, even maybe good terms, but you also still had to release them. Whoever they are, these are people coming back from the past, coming back for you to release, not as punishment, but for you to see, how are you still reacting? Are you still anxious? Are you still frustrated? Are you still giving them power over you? Are you still seeing them and your heart is fluttering, and now you're still stepping out of the way for them, almost bowing down, giving them power over you? Or are you now in your power, appreciating them, seeing how they are, but no longer displacing yourself in order for you to engage with them, engage with that situation? This is you really owning your presence and your expression in your current reality, and you are really seeing what perhaps triggers you or what sets you off, what still you give power to, in order for you to release it, because it's time for you to trust to really trust. Because as you release the past of having any power over you, you then can be so present that whatever you receive, you trust. You're no longer using the past as a framework. So now no longer trusting the energies because you are still using the past as a reference. It's time for you to own the only reference you're using now is the current information you're receiving from source. No longer placing it with the past and the current situations, but rather just receiving it, allowing it to create your beautiful physical manifestation. The energy is crowning right now. 10 of Wands, yes, releasing the burden. This is you really walking away. And remember, as you walk away, you can't take the baggage of the past into your new frequency. The butterfly has no element of the caterpillar, not a single thing anymore. It's a completely different being, right? Imagine if the butterfly still took the body of the caterpillar across, that would be perhaps awkward for flight, or just not really useful in its new pollen seeking frequencies, right? So it is that complete release and purge of the olds, understanding, yes, I appreciate everything that I have had, I appreciate all those experiences, all those lessons, but I no longer take anything now in the new frequencies. It's time for this physical reality. It's time for this light, the physical, to honor the truth of source within me. Thus, I now release the baggage of the past. I release the other paths that weren't mine. I release other people's paths, other people's baggages, other people's energies from creating and influencing my current existence. I simply release all which denies me source, all that no longer serves the frequency of my authentic being, and I step into a path which is mine and truly, truly yours. So source is really, really guiding you away from this 10 of Wands. I'm really, it's a cleanse. It's a complete release of these energies that are still causing any boundaries or any resistance to your truth, because source is saying, yes, things might seem a bit lackful, things might seem a bit scarce, a bit stagnant, but it's not a punishment. It's not that things aren't working. Things are working beautifully. You are really just releasing every single strand, each and every single fiber of the illusion is to be released from you in order for you to be 100% in your clarity, in your truth moving forward. Okay. The near future, as you are doing this powerful healing, what comes through? Look at this, the Hangman. Yes, you finally then no longer postpone to you. You finally now set yourself free of this suspension in your truth, in your reality. You no longer hold back. You no longer sacrifice who you are and for the sake of others. This is you finally releasing this cocoon. In the near future, you will be able to leave the cocoon, but anew as the butterfly, no longer with any fiber or tendril or chain of limitation, no longer with anything, no shackles on you. This is you completely freed of the chrysalis into the full frequency of your new being, which is truthfully the authentic truth of you, the renewed version of you, which is your truth, your authentic experience, your authentic being. A powerful healing this week. Your power, look, your power, the Two of Swords. This is Source saying your power is to be still in the unknown, because that's what it feels like. Unknown, blindfolded, a bit confused because you can't use your head. As soon as you try to use your mind to navigate the energies, the mind still has the ingredients of the past, of the illusion, the logic, the known. So as soon as you go there, trying to slot what you're receiving into the logic, the known logic and the known experience, it causes confusion. So Source is saying this is you being blindfolded at ease, not knowing where you're going at ease, completely being at ease, and all the decisions you are making, you are simply deciding from Source, from that Knight of Wands, from your intuition. You are no longer making decisions from the logical mind, trying to, problem solve, come up with the best case scenario, trying to be realistic, trying to be adult, trying to whatever it might be, logical about it, problem solve, analytical, have a plan, have a way forward. So you're no longer doing that, which is simply taking your soul and slotting it into logic and reason. You're now allowing your soul to show you new logic, new reason, new experiences of stability, which align to the truth of your experience. Your power is to be at ease within the darkness, within the unknown, within the shadow, not seeing what's happening up ahead, not knowing what's lying ahead for your future, because not also, as equally as you release the past, you equally release the non-existent future from having power over you. You're no longer projecting forward, allowing the illusion of the idea of you in the forward thinking future hold you now in imprisonment, again with regret, in what's lacking, what you still don't have, and how things are now. So this is you simply surrendering to the present moment, allowing yourself to be at ease within the unknown, within the uncertainty of your source, in order for you to receive completely from that space, no longer limited, no longer limiting source, no longer restraining source, imprisoning it, directing it in order for you, for your comfort, but rather allowing source to be the comfort, allowing that unknown frequencies to be the comfort, which guides you to your highest frequency, which guides you to your highest possible outcome, which guides you to your highest frequency of manifestation. Let us see what the environment around you holds. What the environment around you holds. And look at this just before we continue, because these are too many cards, but look at the bottom there. The Queen of Swords, your truth, your authenticity. This is you stepping into your authentic light, your authentic truth, your authentic way. And the Queen of Swords says the truth completely, without delay, without second guessing herself. She doesn't water herself down. The Queen of Swords is in her truth, and even if her truth might not be palatable for others, she doesn't water herself down, she doesn't make herself palatable for others. This is her really allowing herself to be in truth. And for the first time, I'm actually seeing this cup there with the water behind the bars, which is saying, source is saying, at this time you might feel yourself a bit emotionally unavailable, or people might say you're seeming emotionally unavailable, and that's not the case. You are simply, you're not closed off, you are simply have safe boundaries now, and you are allowing yourself to follow source, because source is guiding you into certain ways of being, into certain ways of experiencing yourself. And so you might be saying no to people where you maybe said yes. You might be behaving in a way of a bit more solitary, a bit in your own space, really just getting to know your energy, really getting to honor your truth in order for you to really come into the crystallization of your truth and your authenticity. So don't give too much, sources saying, don't let people who are now reacting to you, looking after yourself, reacting to you, having safe boundaries, having self-love, and really looking after yourself at this time. They might say maybe you're emotionally unavailable, or you're cold, or you're not caring. It's not that. You are simply saying, we acknowledge where everybody is going through, we acknowledge everyone is on their path, and we are following the path we are on, and should it not resonate, we will say no, and should it resonate, we'll say yes. And that is simply it, simply because we are now finally being reprogrammed into the truth of source. You're reprogramming your physical component, your physical mind, to the truth of source within you, in order for you to operate and to create from the truth of source within you. Okay, the environment around you, and again, look, King of Pentacles, so that everything you do is within your worth, within your value, within your truth. Okay, source, the environment around. Environment. Six of Pentacles. Finally now the energy is balanced, and you're finally receiving that which is yours in all energies, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in physical manifestations, whether it's in situations and experiences. The energy you're putting out is the energy that you're receiving. and it's stable now with the Pentacles energy, because you are stable within source, stable within the guidance. You're no longer going back and forth. You are really heeding the guidance of source. You're really following intuition. You're one with source. You're within the stability of source within the spiritual realm. Thus you're now also tapping into the stability of source in the light, in the physical, because you're allowing the physical now to honor you, no longer to honor the idea of you, or the idea of the illusion, or whatever that might be, however the programming and the conditioning was for you. This is you completely breaking free of those energies and really stepping into the balancing of you, where finally you are receiving energies and you're receiving experiences which honor the truth of source you are in all areas. That's what you are going towards. This is the healing that's happening. You are becoming so crystallized within the truth of you, following source, trusting your passion, trusting your inspiration, trusting your intuition, trusting your instincts. You're just really one with source within, and you're also one with source without now no longer limiting how the physical source manifests, but allowing the physical source to manifest in a way which pleases you. So different experiences, different relationships, different opportunities, different physical interactions which are now aligned with the source you are, not the idea that you had once honored when you were honoring the ideas of the illusion and the conditioning and the programming. Your hopes and fears. So through this experience, whatever you're worried about, let's see what Spirit has to say about that. Page of Swords. Yes, you're going to have new ideas. And actually what happened, I'm going to keep them both because both these cards were pulled out, and it makes sense. Source is saying, yes, new ideas, new insight, new experiences, new imaginings, now finally within the King of Pentacles, within your truth, within your worth, within your value. So then everything you are doing is really aligned with your worth and aligned with your value. So whatever you are fearing, if it's maybe a new career change and you're worried about it, Source is saying this is a time for new ideas and new experiences, new imaginings, new ways of doing things which now align to your worth and your value. If it's maybe you meeting somebody for the first time, a new relationship, Source is saying, no, you're going to go about this relationship in a whole new way. You're going to have new ideas and new ways of thinking out things, new ways of processing, new perceptions. So don't worry about how things are going to work out. Know that you're going to receive new insight and new ways of engaging in your physical experiences, which now honor your worth and honor your value, so that everything you do is also of your worth and of your value. I wonder if you can see that. Yes, you can. Okay. And the outcome. So know, and also another secondary message, Source is saying, know that everything you've been guided to, the new ideas, is to lead you to your King of Pentacles, your King of Pentacles and your Queen of Pentacles. So this is really for you to be crystallized into your worth and your value. Finally, the physical world you're manifesting, your physical experiences, your physical opportunities, your relationships, everything in the physical is finding now within your worth, within your value, within Source you are. So just trust the new, trust the insight, trust the new ways that you're being guided to be, guided to behave, guided to interact, guided. Just trust this new guidance. It's really, really you. It's you unhindered. It's you free from the Ten of Wands energy. So it feels a bit confusing because it can be so completely contradictory to what you've always been, to how you've always known, to what you've always known. And that's what's causing the friction. That's what's causing the anxiety, because it's a whole new setting. And Source is saying, yes, you're being reset to Source. So expect that your physical, the ways you are, the way you be, the way you carry yourself, your ideas will also now be reset to Source. So yes, it does expect your physical to honor the newness of you. Don't almost be resistant to the new ways you are being shown you. Trust. It might be a bit slow at this time as you're receiving this new insight, so that's what's causing you a bit of anxiety. It might be a completely different path where you're asked to release maybe a way you used to make money and you were so lucrative, and this new way is completely different and you're worried. But source, this new path, if I stop this job, money stops flowing in. This new path is completely different. I'll have to start again. And the source is saying trust. That's leading you to the King and Queens of Pentacles. It's leading you to a higher frequency of abundance, more than you've ever known, because now you're no longer creating abundance within the absence of you, the illusion of you. You are now aligning to creating abundance within the truth of you, whether it's in love, healing, finances, whatever area you are healing currently. And for the majority of you, it's a whole, total, each and every single area overall of you completely. So in each and every single area, you are being anew. And Source is saying, stop trying to imagine how fascinating. Source saying some of you are even thinking in terms of relationships. Those of you who are singles, even those in committed relationships, you are thinking, oh, but how am I going to move forward? How is anybody going to love this person I am, or I can't really feel myself or see myself with someone anymore. It's tricky to place myself because the way, and Source is saying that's because the way you are is completely new to and different to perhaps the current reality or of what you've been observing. So again, release trying to preempt or have an idea of what's happening in the future. Just trust that when you are going to meet that person, it's just going to work. When you are going to be in that situation, it's just going to work. When you are going to receive the opportunity, it's just going to work. Just trust this guidance. Everything new is leading you to your ultimate stability, value, worth, and prosperity and abundance. The outcome in all areas, the outcome. The Five of Cups, yes, again, 10 of Wands, 5 of Cups, really showing you the release of the old. And this is now also the old that you used to love, the old ways, the old situations, and maybe you are a bit apprehensive to leave. You don't really want to leave them, almost crying over spilled milk. It's so hard. You don't want to leave that relationship. You don't want to leave that experience. And Source is saying, yes, not all the cups will be cups you want to leave. Some of the cups are cups you really do enjoy, or you did enjoy, but there was still a reflection of the illusion of the conditioning, what you had been conditioned to enjoy, how you had been conditioned to love, how you had been conditioned to experience happiness and fulfillment. And now you're going to learn the authentic frequencies of love, fulfillment, and happiness. There's the new cups. There we are. See behind her, there's a huge cup full of beautiful new energies waiting for her to discover. So it's time for you to know that there's new cups, there's new energies. All that is lost will be replaced anew. And look at the bottom of the deck, the Star card. The Star card, Aquarius frequencies. As we have been really feeling, this reading has been having a lot of strong Aquarian energies here. Here it is, the Star, the Aquarian frequency, the truth, wish fulfillment. How does a star shine so brightly in the physical, in the light, in the scene? By accepting all of the shadow, all of the unseen, all of the unknown. In the dark, allowing yourself to shine brightly. In the light, allowing yourself to shine brightly. The divine feminine honoring source, the divine masculine honoring source. So there's zero limitation there. Source is completely limitless. Source shines brightly. Both these energies now completely honoring source. So in the light, the brightest star. In the shadow, the brightest star. In all frequencies, you are not holding back. Allowing finally the physical to manifest you in your truth. Divine existence, divine expression, divine authenticity, divine you coming through at this time. A powerful week, powerful energies, and these light codes and these integrations are quite long lasting. You are really coming into a newer experience and expression of you, peeling off layer after layer after layer of illusion, coming into the crystallization of the truth of you, that you may finally be completely stable in your truth, in your worth, in your value. Blessed be.